Everybody's with us still? And Melissa, I'm just going to assume you are, unless I see the phone disconnect. So, I'd like to say welcome.
Yes, I am.
Great, thank you. All right. I'd like to say welcome to everyone. I'm excited to get to do this. The first time working with Sonoma State and getting to teach an online course that's synchronous. So this will be a fun opportunity for me. I hope it will be for you guys as well. Tonight, I'd like to just go through a brief overview of what we've got in the course, hit the highlights of what I think is important. All this information is already posted on our website. We'll get into the content of it next week. I know we still have people who are adding to the class. Today we have 30, which is going to be a pretty good sized group, which I'm excited about. It looks like we might have a couple more join us. So I'm trying not to get too far ahead for them. A little background on me. I am a sales director for Wilson Artisan Wines. It's a small family-owned company still. And this is my first foray into the wine industry. I have a sales and marketing undergraduate degree. And then I decided to go into education for a while. Played around in business ed. And then when I finished my last degree, fell into the wine industry and just couldn't escape. So this is the result of about 4 years of just playing around and learning as I go. I'm really excited about getting the opportunity to work with you guys who are in this class because we all come from different walks of life, have different experiences, and I think we'll have the opportunity to learn from one another. So as we go through the class, I'm hoping that people jump in. I know we all have different expertise that we're bringing to the class. And some of you guys are in some really cool wine regions. Folks in Italy. We got someone who just joined us from South Africa. And some of the emerging regions as well. Texas, throughout the country. So, and some Canadians and at least one person from Mexico. So it's exciting to see that. I hope you guys will share what it is that you're doing throughout. And hopefully when we get into the student examples, we'll be able to see some really cool stuff. So I'm basically going to go through a little bit on the syllabus just to make sure we hit the key things. Try not to drive into it too much because we'll be covering it throughout the class. I know this follows a few of the other courses in the certificate program, so you guys are probably more familiar with the process that are going on than I am, but if you guys have questions, let me know. If I don't know the answer, then I'll either find out or make something up that sounds good. So in either instance, I'm hoping this is a class based more on what's learning or what's relevant for you to learn and less on jumping through hoops. I'm not a big fan of grades for the sake of grades. So as a certificate program, I'm hoping it's something that has value to you. We don't have any required readings per se, so I'll post things that I think are interesting, that I think would be helpful based on the topics. It's by no means comprehensive. I know there's a list in the first modules that showcases a few texts that might be useful. I don't have any expectation you're going to run out and read marketing books or go to libraries and start getting stuff. So unless you really want to dig into it, I think most of the stuff that we'll be able to do is readily available at your fingertips. So please, if you do have questions about what resources would be best, let me know. So we've got 7 content modules that'll be coming up after this week. We're going to walk through the steps to create a sales and marketing plan. And it's going to start with identifying who your customers are and then start bringing in tactics that will help position a brand that you guys will select and bring it all the way through to the completion of a sales plan that you can utilize in a larger business plan, and what I hope will be something that you can utilize in work, or as you start thinking about the transition that you're making to the wine industry. I know we have a few people that are going to either start wineries or start working for small family wineries, moving to a different country to work for wineries. So there's a lot of opportunities out there. And by no means am I going to be an expert in all of the areas, especially the international ones. I think I'll probably be learning a bit as we go along, but I'm hoping that we can guide each other in the right direction there. As far as the instructional format goes, a lot of it's self-guided through Moodle, and we'll have these webinars which are optional. it's just exciting that 4 of the 30 people today are able to hop in. I know we have some that it's 3 o'clock in the morning for, and they'll see this, and hopefully they'll post some comments and some feedback for me. As we go through, you'll run into different components on Moodle each week. Please make sure you hit the readings, at least a cursory glance on them. I'll mention some of the articles that I'm finding, whether it's periodicals that are coming across in marketing, trade rags, or on different web digests. Some of them are, I think, going to be critical to helping to complete the sales and marketing plan. Like when we start getting to some areas where you need to look at least U.S. government oversight, you'll want to peruse those readings to make sure you're heading in the right direction and not heading in a way that could be a problem for you as you start designing a brand. We'll have discussion board posts. I try to respond to everybody that I can, like on the welcome post that we've had over the last couple of days. It's great to see what you're doing. As we go forward, if we have a lot of people and there are a number of projects that we're trying to grade, I want to make sure that I'll acknowledge you in these discussions when you post your questions. And if it's time sensitive, then I will definitely jump in and respond to you there. We'll have quizzes. It's true and false format. There are 10 questions. It's unlimited attempts. I actually didn't write the questions. It's from a previous instructor. So I went through and took all the quizzes, and I actually disagree with some of the answers on there. So if you want to argue a point on it, I'm happy to change grades. I'm not dogmatic about it at all. I think it comes down to the way that you interpret it and interpret the question and the answer. And as long as you've got a good argument on your side, then yeah, I think that's just to make sure that we're all on the same page. So go ahead and run through those. If you have questions for me, let me know. And again, we might be changing the questions up some if we find that it's more true to go in a different direction on there. So let me know if you have questions there. The student examples in these webinars, I think, are going to be a core piece for me to really understand what you guys are doing, what you're interested in the class. I'm hoping that you guys will bring examples that you have a fair amount of knowledge about, or that you have a fair amount of interest in. And I think if you just state that up front, it's like, hey, this is my winery, I deal with this every day, or I'm really interested in heading in this direction as we transition to the wine industry. I think that provides some context. I'm hoping it's interesting for you guys to present. I know I'm excited to see what you're doing. I think that much like creating a brand story, you guys have a story to tell, and I'm interested in figuring out what's driving you to go through this program and what we can do to help build on it so that it's relevant and that you're enjoying it. So if you can, make it entertaining. It should be short, no more than 6 slides, 5 to 10 minutes. And if you have questions on it, let me know. Hopefully we'll be able to figure this out and get the PowerPoint elements working in here. If not, then we'll kind of wing it. Again, I want to make sure it's something that you guys are enjoying and the technology doesn't get in the way too much. If you guys are encountering anything interesting as you go along working in the industry or learning about the industry and you want to share it with the group, let me know. I'll post it on Moodle, or we can dedicate some time in the class for you guys to talk about it. It's by no means a requirement, but again, I'm trying to make it as relevant as possible for you guys. As far as things coming up, we have a mission statement that I'd like for you guys to post by Sunday. It should be fairly short, be the guiding principles for what your brand or your wine company is going to do for the sales and marketing plan. And hopefully that will provide the scope that we can go to if you have questions about how far out to go on different products, if you're going to stick with one product, and the direction you want to do, if it's going to be volume wine distribution or high-end direct-to-consumer sales. I hope that you guys will pick something that is meaningful for you. If you have questions, let me know. As far as the marketing sales plan goes, my goal is to make sure that you guys are getting feedback on it. So you'll submit a section, ideally a couple paragraphs each week. I'll give you feedback on it. And at the end, you have a compiled plan. The last thing you have to do is basically put it all together, put a little cover on it and an introduction, and it'll be good. So at the end of each of the lectures or the transcripts, there's a paragraph that tells you, all right, this is what you do next. I try to be as specific as possible on it. There's also an outline posted that shows you the steps on there. I think being concise is probably better, being a little more focused. You can always expand it, and if it's something that you're going to actually use, then we can really dig into it. But my expectations is a few paragraphs each week will get you to a satisfactory document, both for the course and for what someone would want to see if you were going to actually pitch a brand.
Hey, Rob, this is Melissa. I know I'm on phone, but I just got a text message from somebody taking the class, and there's a big chat feed that like 17 people can't hear you.
Huh. Are they in the right chat?
I don't know.
Let me see.
But I was like, yeah, man, I can hear. Do you see Becca listed? Because Becca's my study buddy, and she said that she can't hear.
All right.
This is Brian. I had to update the software from last class, so maybe people haven't done that.
I'm sorry. Is it better if you give to the people the new code if they didn't?
Yeah, I did that in an email last night.
Yeah, but if they didn't receive.
Oh, I'm posted on the website. Well, let me double check.
If Melissa can write down the text message, probably will be easy.
Yeah, good to know. Right.
Yeah, I just wanted to let you know because my friend is on Moodle. They can see you, but they have a chat thread saying they can't hear you.
1 second.
And I'm seeing for the participants, there's only 5 participants right now.
Me too. So let's see.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They should be in this chat. I know I went to the other chat earlier. Let's see. I have 2 things open. Nope, just one window. I'm not entirely sure why.
The joys of Moodle.
I know. And Zoom on here. I have one window open. Trying to see what else is going on. Other people can see me. I don't know how to show something to them if I can't chat with them. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry about this.
This is Celeste. I'm wondering if maybe they have to just rejoin, like cancel out and restart. I don't know. I did that before and I was able to get on, so.
I am going to write this down and hold it up to the screen, do this old school. See if we can get people to do that. So if you are able to see but not hear, go ahead and join this session. And Melissa, if you are texting with people, if they're able to text back and see this, that would be great. So if we have some people join up, maybe we'll know it'll work. If not, then we'll try to figure this out before next week when there's actual content going on. All right. Mhm.
So I'm back. This is Melissa.
Okay.
They said that there's like 17 people logged in on a meeting that you're not a participant of, and they use the email and the link and the login that you sent out at 12:11, which is the one I just used the phone to call in on.
All right, guys, I'm going to reboot mine, and we'll see if we can do it. I should be right back. Give me just a moment.
Okay.
All right. Sorry about this, guys.